Good day mga ka-scholar! Welcome to another episode of The Force is Female, a multimedia club special edition for Women's Month featuring stories of PNPA female personnel who played and currently playing crucial roles for PNPA. I am Cadet 3rd Class Elaine Hartdelmo, a member of Sandikain Class of 2027. Here we have today is the Chief for the Financial Management Division of the PNPA, Police Colonel Cherry Lou Balanay Donato, one of our incredible women from PNPA, here to share her journey, achievement, and what it truly means to serve with a purpose. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Cadet Delmo, and of course, good afternoon to all the viewers of PNPA page.
Before tayo mag-start, ma'am, may gusto kong batiin or yung mga viewers natin.
Isang pinagpalang araw po sa ating lahat at maraming salamat sa laging pagsubaybay sa aming PNPA page at sana po patuloy din po kaming suportahan para ma-inspire po kayo dito sa ating PNPA FB page.
So can you share to us a little about yourself, ma'am, and your journey as a police officer?
Okay, so I'm Police Colonel Cherry Lou Balanay Donato, a proud member, youngest member of the magnificent Magilas class of 2000. We graduated about 240 and I know for a fact being the youngest, nakatingin sila sa akin because they are telling that comes 2033, yan po ang huling membro ng aming klase na magtatapos para dito sa serbisyo na galing mismo sa Philippine National Police Academy. So I'm married with a co-police officer, my classmate also, and we are blessed with 3 wonderful children. So presently, I am the Chief Financial Management Division of the Philippine National Police Academy, and I'm happy to be serving back the institution na nag-mold at nag-ano sa atin, nag-hon sa atin dito. And previously, with my assignments, I've stayed so long with the Quezon City Police District and be part of the Women and Children Protection Desk for almost 5 years and become the PIO of the QCPD before I was transferred to the national headquarters, and doon na umikot yung aking serbisyo and stayed long in Regional Training Center 4 as the first Regional Training Director in 4B, and happy na after that my journey dun sa pagiging Regional Training Director, doon ko nahan yung aking skill sa pagtuturo. I'm not a teacher by profession, I'm a nurse by profession, but nakita ko yung beauty ng pag-i-encourage at pagiging modelo sa mga gusto pang maging police na mga mga applicants natin sa Regional Training Center. So after that, I was reassigned again to the PNP Drug Enforcement Group before I was assigned here in PNPA. So sa Drug Enforcement Group, nagbago naman yung aking field, but of course, doon pa rin po ako sa Demand Reduction and Education Division, wherein we are teaching not with the police officers now, but in the community. So, doon naman kami nagde-deal with the kids, school-based, and of course, doon sa mga barangay para umiwas sila sa illegal droga. So, yun lang yung naging simpleng buhay ko for about 25 years now, and we are celebrating our 25th police service, so 2000 to 2025. So hopefully, magkita-kita kami magkaka-classmate on May 2 as our anniversary. Yan.
So thank you for that introduction,
Yes.
ma'am. Balikan natin yung sinabi mo, ma'am, na you're the youngest in your class. And sa buhay mo, ma'am, before nung kadete ka, was that ever a hindrance? Na yung age mo, naging factor ba siya sa performance mo, both in the academy and in service?
I haven't felt that way. Why? Because my classmates are very supportive, especially those applicants who join the PNPA who are former police officers. Yung mga PO1 na sila before they join the institution. So kaming mga from civilian life, joining the academy, medyo inalalaya nila kami, but hindi nila pinaramdam na parang ikaw yung pinakabunso, ikaw yung, no. Because you know for a fact na talagang pantay-pantay ang treatment nila dito sa academy. And for me, that's that's not an hindrance kasi parang makikita mo equality talaga eh. If the boys will run, females will run, 'di ba? So regimented. Napakagandang tignan and talagang marami kang matututunan dun sa training na for info lang, kami yung last class. The class 2000 was the last class for 2 years because all of us are degree holders already before entering the academy. So kami yung last class and then 2001 was the first transition na mag-adjust na for 3 years and then 4 years. So kami po yung last class na 2000 na 2 years lang sa academy. So medyo makikita mong grown up na, adults na because all of us are graduates already, degree holders already.
So, yung 2 years na dito sa academy, ma'am, was there a difference na yung 2 years graduate compared to dun sa mga 4 years graduate? Meron bang tulong yun, ma'am, or advantage or disadvantages sa pagpasok mo sa serbisyo?
On the advantage part, masasabi ko na medyo matured syempre kasi all of us are college graduates already. And when it comes to the academic side, medyo naka-adjust na eh. Kasi syempre mga degree holder na. Some of us are licensed already. So when it comes to ACAD, makikita mong adjusted na. On the 4 years naman siguro, dahil siguro mas younger generation yung pumapasok, joining us now. Siguro ang adjustment nila, it's like either physically, medyo pag college grad ka na, pagpag ka na eh. Pero yung mga bunso-bunso pa ngayon from high school, kailangan talaga nilang mag-adjust. So, physically and of course, psychologically, baka mas mature na masasabi yung mga 2-year graduates. No?
So, although 2 years lang yung dito time nila sa academy, beforehand, yung qualification nila para pumasok is mas madami na silang na-experience sa labas. Since
yes.
college graduates na sila. As compared dun sa 4 years na dito sa PNP, pero yung qualifications naman is okay lang na pumasok na undergraduate.
Yes.
So may mga advantages.
Advantages and disadvantages.
And dun sa introduction mo kanina, ma'am, sa inyong simple introduction.
Ay, sorry. Okay.
Na-designate kayo sa iba't ibang klase ng fields. From a regional training center to the drug enforcement groups. Meron ka ba, ma'am, na favorite na, ano yung parang mas napakita mo siguro yung potential mo? Anong field yung mas tumatak sa'yo?
Honestly, walang favorite. Because lahat po ng napuntahan nating unit became my second family. And of course, yung potential mo is kung ano yung hinihingi ng posisyon kung ano yung hinihingi ng trabaho. So, it's up for you to how to hone it, paano mo palalawigin. Pero yung favorite type siguro, masasabi mo kung saan ka kasi nag-i-enjoy. And I can say na lahat ng napuntahan ko, naging masaya ako. Naging masaya ako kasi I have shown or shared my point of view, somehow baka sana nakapag-iwan din ako ng legacy somehow. Kasi paano mo malalaman kung tumatak sila sa'yo or tumatak sila sa'yo? It's like pagbabalik ka, makikita mo talaga na, ay ma'am, sana po ganito, pinagpatuloy po namin yung sinimulan nyo. So, yun yung mga magagandang feedback coming from them. Actually, it's not coming from you, pero makikita mo when you visit them again, doon sa mga former assignments mo, makikita mo na welcome ka at siguro doon mo mapapansin na talagang nag-iwan ka somehow ng kahit tuldok lang in every unit na pupuntahan mo. So sa akin, wala akong masasabing favorite because all of them became my second family.
Meron ka ba, ma'am, na-encounter na challenges? And ano yung masasabi mo? Paano mo na-overcome yung mga challenge na yun?
Well, challenge part, madami. You can't say that your service will be like a bed of roses. No, you can't. But the humps and bumps are always there. And with those experiences, doon ka mag-grow. So, when I was in QCPD, I was faced with these charges against us, work-related, of course. But hearing these cases with my colleagues, co-officers, medyo mahaba yung proseso pagdating sa korte. And one of the challenges is that yung promotion mo maiimpede it's good enough that naglabas tayo ng mga policies that hindi na prohibition na hindi ka mapopromote. But on our part that time, during that case that we faced, medyo naapektuhan yung promotion natin. And syempre, somehow, as a human, seeing your classmates being promoted already, so parang gusto mo rin sana ako din, kaya lang dahil may hinaharap pa pang kaso. So, I think, isa yan sa medyo mabigat, but of course, prayers. And makikita mo yung sasabihin sa'yo ng mga kasamahan mo na malalagpasan mo din yan. So, I think it will just be a kwentuhan na lang in the past. Kasi makikita mo na nalagpasan mo din siya. Yeah. So, cases, work-related, I think that's part of the police service. Hindi mawawala yan. Hindi totoo yung binabanggit nila na pagka hindi ka nagkakaso, walang thrill, no. Of course, kailangan kailangan iwasan, pero pag hindi mo naman maiiwasan, face squarely, and of course, kailangan yung being responsible ka dun sa hinarap mong kaso, yun lang oo. And syempre, andyan ang support group mo, family, of course, hindi dapat mawawala yung support group mo. And I'm happy that I have a strong support from the family.
Alam ko ma'am na yung challenge na yun is madami ding nakaka-encounter. Hindi lang limited sa police service, yung feeling na napapag-iwanan ka ng mga kasabayan mo dati. And I think na maganda yung sinabi mo kanina ma'am na hindi naman porket napapag-iwanan ka, it's not making you less of someone na kung sino ka. Sabi nga natin, ang buhay ay hindi karera, hindi tayo paunahan. So, someday, somehow, mapapunta din tayo sa kung saan tayo paroroon.
Besting, yeah. Yes.
And also, malaking bagay talaga, ma'am, yung support group from your family. And yung, kahit din sa mga classmates mo, ma'am, na sinabi mo kanina na nagtutulungan kayo, although ikaw yung pinakambata, or although yun nga na-encounter mo na challenge, ma'am, ang malaking foundation and malaking tulong is yung support.
Yes.
So, naging hindrance ba, ma'am, yung pagiging babae mo dun sa mga field na napasukan mo?
Somehow no. Somehow no, because it's up for you to show kung ano ang talent mo, kung ano ang kakayahan mo. Kasi tayong mga kababaihan, dahil we are in the male-dominated organization, kailangan paniwalaan mo muna ang sarili mo, kailangan alam mo muna na kilala mo ang sarili mo, alam mo ang potential mo. And by knowing your potentials, wala kang room for self-doubt. You know, self-doubt has no room for any organization na gusto mo mag-show up. Show up in a sense na hindi ka aggressive, hindi yung mayabang. But you will say, ito yung kaya kong i-share sa inyo. Try to embrace it at payagan nyo akong ipakita kung anong maitutulong ko sa organization. And with that, hindi mo masasabing hindrance yun. Kasi di ba pagka kasi sa tayong mga kababaihan at sinabi mo, ito ang potential ko, well, show it. Show for action, sabi nga. Hindi yung puro salita, hindi yung puro salita. Makikita naman nila kung talagang, may talent tong bata na to. Asset ito. Pero kung makikita nila your liability, ayan, kasi babae. Di ba? Yun yung magiging, yun yung mga biases na makikita natin. Kasi mahina yan, babae. Pero kung ipapakita natin that we have also that space na sana matanggapin tayo. And I think, hindi kailangan maging hindrance. And sa atin naman dito sa field natin, kasi hindi naman tayo nauubusan ng mga trainings. So volunteer, di ba? Do not be afraid of leaving your comfort zone. Kasi tayo pagka okay na to, araw-araw ganito ginagawa, sila na lang. Pero tayo, if you wanted to do more and be more, well, you have to adjust also by learning, okay? Joining any training. So, dapat yung i-feed mo sa sarili mo Kasi once you are learning, you have something to show off also. Hindi ka kasi makakapag-share din sa mga subordinates mo kung medyo hindi ka din maalam. So, dapat tuloy-tuloy pa rin tayo nag-aaral. And that's how you will show na parte ka kahit babae ka. Yan. Kaya sabi nila, hindi lang babae lang, kundi babae. Yan. Yun.
So, indeed, ma'am, na for that to happen, kailangan mo nang kilalanin yung sarili mo.
Yes. Know
And-
your self-worth. Your ability, your talent. Pero kung ikaw mismo doubtful ka, ay, hindi ko ata kaya yan. Wala. Wala na. Period na agad yun. Wala nang kasunod yun. Kasi ikaw mismo, hindi ka naniniwala na kakayanin mo. So, sino pang maniniwala? Hindi naman kapitbahay. Joke.
So yung pag nagkaroon ka ng self-doubt, ma'am, parang yung paniniwala mo is parang siyang lason na pag kahit konti lang na self-doubt, masisira niyo yung buong...
Yes. Your confidence, yung trust mo sa sarili mo.
So dapat 100%, ma'am.
Yes. Kung 101, mas maganda pa. Oo.
And also, ma'am, kakibat nung pagkilala mo sa sarili mo is the course of action.
Yes.
Kasi deed without action is dead.
Dead. Wala rin. No. So, dapat nakikita rin sa inyo na kahit na ito na yung natutunan mo, try to implement or show it by your action.
And punta naman tayo, ma'am, sa usaping personal matters.
Okay.
When it comes to your family, alam ko na hindi biro, ma'am, na mag-juggle ng time between your family and dun sa work natin ngayon. Paano mo nahahandle yung time management mo ngayon, ma'am?
Medyo mahirap because both of us are in the service. So, may times na maiiwan ng 3 bata sa kasambahay. It's good na nandyan yung mga angels natin. But of course, may mga times na may mga activities sa school na need talaga yung presence ng parent. So, absentee parent ka na naman and you are being parang assisted by a relative lang and that makikita mo sa picture hindi ka kasama. So, medyo may konting sacrifice na matatawag. But then again, we need to explain it to the kids na ito na tong work natin. Catch up. Always catch up. Kahit na absent ka sa isang activity na to, at the end of the week or at the end of the day, kailangan nagka-catch up ka. Kasi pagka hindi ka nag-show as a parent, doon na nila mararamdaman yung emptiness ng, ay, puro trabaho naman si mami, puro trabaho si daddy. So, and need yung mag-usap ng spouse para merong absent, merong hahabol, pero kahit hindi kayo sabay, at least may nakikita silang parent figure. Dahil mahirap na isipin ng bata na nakafocus ka lang into work and yet naiiwan na sila. So, constant communication, I think, is the key. And it's a good thing yung ating, technology, di ba? Nak, mag-ano na lang ako. Mag-video ka na lang dyan. Mag-live na lang kayo. So, at least makikita mo. And always consult, always ask them every day na lang. Kumusta sila, ganyan, para hindi nila naramdaman na kahit you're far from them, at least yung presence mo and yung pagtatanong mo sa kanila, andun pa rin. Yun.
So, conscious effort, ma'am.
Yes.
Although, kahit minsan, through the phone, still considered na you just need to be present for them.
Sa amin kasi sa family namin, we set a time. We set a time within the day na magkakaroon kami ng LDR. And I think it's a best practice for us para i-stop mo kung anong ginagawa mo kasi this session is intended for that. And we don't miss that day or time na yan every single day. We have this LDR session that we call. So lahat kami, nandoon kami, nagkakamustahan, what happened the whole day, how's your school, how's your activity, they keep on asking, Mommy, how's your work? So sila din, excited din sila, no? Oh, you look tired, mga ganun. So at least nakikita mo yung communication ninyo. Even your, from other points of places. Bulacan, my family is in Bulacan, and my husband is in Baguio, I'm here. So makikita mo yung distansya. And my daughter is in another country. So medyo malayo-layo ng konti.
So, I think maganda ito example, ma'am, sa ating mga viewers na meron talaga kayong specific na time.
Yes, and you need to abide by it. Don't be absent. Kasi kayo mismo ang nag-agree to set that one to date. So, pagka nasa gitna ng meeting, ahead, sasabihin mo na, can we adjust it an hour? Because ongoing pa yung activity, mga ganun. So, pwede mag-excuse. But of course, we can't be absent in every single day.
So, yung maliit na kamustahan yun, ma'am, goes a long way.
Yes.
Kahit na magkakalayo kayo ngayon ng mga family members nyo, parang nandun pa rin yung presence.
Yes.
And kanina, ma'am, nabanggit nyo na your significant other is your classmate.
Yes.
Did it help, ma'am? Or nakahinder ba siya sa family, in terms of sa family nyo or sa service nyo? Gusto namin malaman yung ano nyo, parang
Somehow hindi kasi we know for a fact kung ano nang meron eh, 'di ba? So dapat mas naiintindihan namin kung ano yung sitwasyon ng bawat isa. But of course, sa mag-partner naman hindi nawawala yung kulitan, ganyan. Kaya lang kasi pag mag-classmate, andun pa rin yung mga linggo natin dito, mga terminology or linggo natin dito sa academy na para ma-show namin yung aming endearment. So, hindi naging hindrance kasi parang mas madali kami nagkapalagayan at mas naiintindihan namin yung sitwasyon ng bawat isa, especially kung hindi makakauwi, heightened alert. So, aware tayo na yun yung mga activities na, o sige, mauna ka na dahil meron tayong activity pa. So, mas madaling maintindihan. Sa tingin ko lang, hindi siya yung katulad ng pagka-civilian at saka police ay o nasa uniform service. So, parang advantage na somehow.
so naging advantage siya.
Uh-huh.
Although, kahit parehas na yung work kasi natin, ma'am, demanding, and lagi tayong parang on-call. So, may times na parehas kayo na mawawala sa scene. But in your case, ma'am, na nakatulong siya kasi mas madali niyong naintindihan yung isa't isa.
Yes.
And now, ma'am, ano yung mga attitude na natutunan niyo dito sa pagiging officer niyo na gusto niyo ituro sa mga anak niyo?
Okay, magandang tanong yan, ano? Actually, I'm practicing it now. Even if they're young as they are now. So, patience. Sa atin, marami tayong activities dito na regimented and parang paulit-ulit, di ba? Parang synchronized activities. So, yun yung gusto kong binigay din sa mga anak ko, yung mahabang pasensya. Kasi in here, yan yung na-test sa atin, eh, diba? Bakit kailangan natin mag-road run every morning? Sa hapon pa ulit. Diba? Parang, yun yung gusto kong iparating sa kanila na as long as you maintain that stability or yung activity mo within you, pero si system na ba? So, makikita mo sa kanila na paulit-ulit din nilang gagawin and it will become a system already. So, isa yan sa gusto kong ini-imply sa kanila na maging patient ka, yung focus mo hindi nagre-regress. Dumarating yung time natin dito sa academy before, pero gusto ko na mag-quit kasi parang ang bigat na ng training, gano'n. So, isa yan sa gusto kong sabihin sa kanila, sa mga bata na if you wanted to achieve something in the future, kailangan pushing ka talaga. Kailangan yung determination mo and perseverance mo nandun. And that's how we were trained inside. Kailangan ganun din natin pinalalaki yung ating mga anak na looking forward sa lahat ng mga activities nila. Hindi dapat nawawala yung hope. Diba? Kasi focus ka lang. And that's how we were trained inside. Focus, yung sasabihin mong disciplined andun sa kanila. So, I think isa na yan sa nagbibigay ko sa kanila. And I can see it na as they grow, parang napapractice na rin nila.
So, yung mga values na natutunan mo dito sa academy, ma'am, is yun yung gusto mong i-impart sa kanila, ma'am. Gusto mo ba silang dito sa academy, ma'am?
As much as I wanted to. But of course, parent tayo eh. And we are just supporting. Pero iba kasi yung mga bata ngayon, honestly. I'm sure our viewers, our parents can relate to me na iba ning attitude ng mga bata ngayon. Hindi katulad ng mga natin, mag-teacher ka. Opo. Pero ngayon, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin sa mga bata, Mommy, I wanted to be like this. Okay, anak, we will support. So, ako naman, kung gusto nila, I will just support. But somehow, walang may gusto eh. Nasa ibang field po sila and we are just here to support them. And I think maganda naman yung napupuntahan nilang field.
So, ngayon naman, ma'am, ano yung pwede mong maging motivational message in connection with dun sa background mo kanino, ma'am, na nabanggit mo na you were the director for the Regional Training Center sa 4B. Ano yung mga pwede mong i-message, ma'am, sa ating mga aspirant na kababaihan na gusto din pumasok sa field ng PNP?
Ayan. Well, of course, you have just like what I have said before, just be yourself, know your worth, okay? Yung self-worth mo, importante yan. You have to recognize your talent. Pagyabungin, ibig sabihin, upon knowing your self-worth and your talent, you have to hone it. Kailangan palawigin mo pa siya. Hindi ka pwedeng huminto lang doon because knowledge is power, you know. Every single day is a learning day. So kung ano yung natututunan natin, yun yung dapat nating ini-implement at yun yung dapat nating ipinupush. And, well, if you wanted to dream to become part of course, kunwari sa academy or any other institution at that, kailangan pursige. Hindi ka kailangan lilingon at sasabihin mo, walang second thought, ibig sabihin. You have to push it as long as you wanted to have it, kailangan mong gawa ng paraan para maabot mo siya. Kasi pag huminto po kayo na nangarap, wala na. End na yun. But if you keep on dreaming and doing something on that dream, I think you will succeed. Yes, you will succeed.
So it all starts within your trust sa sarili mo
Yes.
at lakas ng loob na maniniwala ka na kakayanin
Kakayanin mo siya. Oo.
So thank you very much, ma'am, for
Thank you
sharing
very
your
much.
story with us. We truly appreciate you being here today, and we're lucky to have you as our guest today, ma'am. And with that, we conclude our interview for today. Thank you for joining us, and to our viewers, stay connected with us by following our official Facebook page, PNPA Multimedia Club, and PNPA Justice, Integrity, and Service. This is Cadet Helena Hartdalma, your scholar para sa bayan for today. Good day and God bless us all.